right. Welcome, everyone, back to another exciting episode of Talk 122 with your superintendent, Dr. Terrell Yarbrough. This is another, in my opinion, again, an exciting one. We have a special guest here who's going to tell us a little bit about some of the things that he's going to do at the middle school. But before we get into all of that, can you introduce yourself to the audience? Tell them who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Dustin Eckhardt. I'm actually a Harlem graduate from 2010. I'm a mural artist now. I paint murals on the side of buildings, on the inside of different local businesses. I do commission work as well. I do gallery work, so full-time artist essentially.
Okay.
Kind of keep the network of things that I do open.
Awesome. So before we jump into all of that, 2010 graduate.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
Harlem
absolutely.
High School. So before getting into painting and things of that nature, kind of taking you back to when you graduated in your journey, tell us a little bit about what led up to you doing this.
I was thinking about that a lot, and I mean, life kind of just happens, right? And you choose your paths as they come known to you. I will say here at the high school, I felt very available to kind of be myself and be creative and things like that in the art classes that I took.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they still have it, but the graphic arts class, and doing the Illustrator, having different avenues to be able to kind of create artwork with. I really enjoyed that, and I was always the kid who kind of drew scribbles in my notebook more than notes, but I definitely thought I'd do something more practical, which I thought was practical back then, which would be like, architecture or something where I can design and draw still, but, exist in the real world, because I was always told, art's not a career, but I got really interested in tattoo art, actually, when I was coming out of high school, and so I was starting to draw a tattoo flash and thinking I would throw my eggs into that basket, and so that was sort of the start of coming out of high school and like getting into art as a career, and opportunities just kind of kept unfolding and coming around, and I just kept pursuing them, and here I am today, still actively doing it as a job. So it's been great.
Awesome. Well, thank you for all of that. And so now with what we're trying to do at the middle school, right? I think a lot of people know that all of our sixth grade is moving up to the middle school next year.
Oh, cool.
So we're in that transition right now. And so what we're trying to do at the middle school is obviously beautify it, landscaping, paint, things like that. And so one of the board members had an idea about a mural, and there's a blank space at the top of the middle school. So tell us, what is your plan, for that mural?
Yeah, I kind of got my eyes on the spot, and on talking and sort of thinking on subject matter. I think it'd be really fun to sort of honor the education wheel.
Okay.
Just what I was saying earlier, I was thinking back to those classes that I took and those things and those experiences that I had in school, and just like the diversity of different things that you can learn while you're here. And so kind of taking that and kind of creating items or objects or feelings that kind of associate with those educational wheelhouse, and kind of personifying them into a painting that sort of unfolds as it rolls through the length of the piece. I believe it's a pretty long, long piece. Yeah, so.
Absolutely. And so in saying that, because once that's done, the community is going to see the finished product. But can you take us a little bit, or tell us how from start to finish, like how does it take shape, right?
For sure. I tend to do a lot of research. That's kind of how I continue to educate myself today.
Okay.
I like to kind of invest myself into learning about what I'm going to be painting. It makes me feel more connected with it. It makes me feel like I can add things in there that maybe certain people kind of pick out or notice. So that's kind of the first thing, is just research,
Gotcha.
And then I take these influences that I find from that research and start to come up with ideas or things that I can use as representations of those thoughts and ideas. I think art is derivative, so we're all kind of pulling that influence from real life circumstances or other art, or like things that we see just when we're out and about. So I'll take those and kind of put them into a sketch, and then I actually will pull that into my iPad and start to kind of like make everything fit together and try to think about composition and colors and all the things that are going into it. And I'll get, sort of a finished sketch or idea so it looks mostly like what I would like it to. And then obviously I'll present that to you guys and make sure we're all thumbs up on everything. And then when it comes time to paint, that's just like I get to make my own coloring book at that point. I'll kind of get the outlines down, and then I've already sort of done the work of designing it, so I just get to really enjoy being with the painting and filling in and making those details come to life. So.
And that's it sounds like just a cool project, right? A cue just from start to finish. And I know you and I met with a group, and we kind of talked through a little bit of the academic will, and like you said, bringing in the academic piece to the mural, right?
Absolutely.
In that project. And so, but we also talked about maybe a way to involve our students, in that process. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I love working with others, especially the youth. Not that I want to indoctrinate and let them know that there's opportunity to be creative, because like I said earlier, I didn't know.
Right.
I thought being an artist wasn't something that I could really get away with or something. I felt like that was always spoke to me.
Okay.
So being able to go and be with them and show them sort of my methods and stuff, and just letting them get their hands in on it and stuff, I think is a really cool opportunity to see that, you can be creative. And as I was saying earlier with like kind of create my own color book, it's really easy to bring people in and kind of be like, you can focus on this section and this, and there may even be areas where I kind of let them have a little bit more of their own influence on it, if they so choose to come be a part of that process. So. Okay.
No, and that's cool. And so, how long do you think a project like this normally takes?
I like to give myself the benefit of the doubt of a week to 2 weeks per mural. Just depends on sort of details of the project and, what sort of equipment I might need, or, if I'm painting outside, sometimes I have to rely on the weather being good. Like right now I'm juggling a few projects where I'm working on an inside one, finishing that up because it's been raining out. But I have another one I'm looking to start, but I need there to be nice weather for me to be able to work outside because the rain likes to wash paint away, So.
Okay, that's cool, and I'm glad you brought that up. And so, in the meantime, we might have someone in the community who sees this and say, "Hey, I want to see Dustin's work, right before the mural." Where can they see your work? Examples of your work?
Out in live or like online?
Either or.
I do have a website. It's my name. It's DustinEckhardt.art, not .com. That's just got a sort of basic. Like real straightforward gallery of some of the work that I've done, both murals and some of my own personal works. Out in the real world, I've got stuff all over Rockford. It's likely that you potentially could have already seen it. I've got a piece I just did last year in the BMO. It's right up above the escalators. That's in a high volume area. But I've done stuff at like the Korean barbecue place on Riverside. I've done stuff in different hair salons. I've done stuff in breweries, at coffee shops.
Gotcha.
And then outside, I've got a big wall in front of the Loves Park Bowling Alley. It's like a character with some big flowers over their eyes and some nature elements. So if you've ever gone south on 251, it's hard to miss it.
It's hard to miss it.
Yeah.
No, and that's exciting, especially with you being a Harlem grad and still being in the community and doing all these things, and that's cool. And so for any of our students who see this episode and want to type of follow in your path, right? You said you didn't know this was going to be a path for you, right? So you had to kind of do some other things beforehand. But so students say, you know what, I want to do that. I want to take my art, to the next level. I love to draw, things of that nature. What would you suggest to them?
Honestly, just create things. I do like to say that there's a lot of things, I went to college for a little while, and there was a lot of things that I kind of thought maybe I should have stayed and learned a little bit more about just the real life aspect of being an artist. I'm my own boss. You have to have a little bit of discipline. You have to show up, be on time. Those things had a little bit more of a learning curve for me as an artist. I just wanted to create things, and to really do it, full time, you have to sort of know how to navigate and schedule and do all of the other things. Pay my own taxes, things like that. So those classes.
So there's more to it than just
a little bit, But that's all the boring stuff. As far as like the creativity, like I said before, art is derivative. Just find inspiration in what you find inspiration in. And if that makes you feel moved to create, then don't limit yourself from doing that by worrying about, who's going to like this? Because art is really an expression of ourselves, I think, in the long run. And something that I love about being a muralist is I get to help other people express those feelings or thoughts that they have as well, you know. And so it's a true collaboration of minds. And I just have a lot of gratitude for being able to like be the person to bring it into the world and, and create that for the people, my client, or for myself, you know.
Right,
And
right.
so just create stuff, man. Just have fun.
Love it.
You know?
I love it. I love it. So here's the part in the episode where, especially since you're a Harlem grad, I asked this question: your favorite person in the district that
My
you can
favorite
remember?
person in the district.
Yes.
I had a personal liking for Miss Augunston. I don't know if she's still here, but she was one of my art teachers. She just kind of let me do my thing, you know, and she believed in me. I think
that's awesome.
I think she did, and you know, she supported me. I felt like I thrived in art classes and things like that. I believe Miss Corella was one of the Illustrator and Photoshop teachers as well. She was really.
They're both still here.
Are they really?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. You know, I don't mean to lean necessarily on the art classes specifically, but I mean, it really did wind up speaking towards what I wound up doing with my life, you know, so I'm obviously going to kind of think back to that with sentiment and those teachers who gave me that guidance. So
that is awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else you want to share with the students of Harlem and the community before you get started? Because this was kind of the intro into before everyone sees the mural, right?
For sure, yeah.
So anything you want to say?
If you're interested in art, you want to learn about it, you want to get your hands painted, paint on your hands, paint on your clothes, you know,
Love it.
Come out and have some fun. I think they're going to make it known when those times are available, maybe during the summer. So come see what's up and come say what's up. It's just going to be a good time, and you can learn what it feels like to create something that gets to live out in the community and feel like you've made an impactful mark, which for me has always given me a sense of permanence, you know, so it makes me feel pride, makes me feel good, and come join.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you spending some time with us and talking through this and sharing with our community. So thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. Well, again, thank you everyone for joining in. I think this is going to be a good thing for our middle school students specifically before they go into their classes and learning in the building to look up and see something that is so impactful as far as their learning and the academic will and why you can't hide that Husky pride. And so until the next time, I am Harlem, you are Harlem, we are Harlem. Thanks for tuning in.